What do tolerations and resolutions have to do with each other anyway?
Moving forward with the Decker team. Moving forward together with the Decker team.
We're excited that you're joining us because for over 30 years, we at the Decker team have had the privilege and the joy of being able to help people build their real estate portfolios, like sell real estate, buy real estate, make good investment choices. But really, in addition to that, it's been about building a better life, both at home and at business.
Mm-hmm. So you asked, what do tolerations have to do with resolutions? That's a great question, Yana.
I know it is,
I'm so glad you asked that. It's almost like we pre-planned it.
Almost. We almost did. Did we? No, maybe.
Okay. So what do we set a resolution around? Usually something that we've been tolerating.
Yeah.
Usually something that's bothering us. And it's generally going to be in 5 areas.
Right. So
it might be in our spiritual life.
Right.
We may have stopped reading the Bible or praying as often, or we're not feeling connected to God.
Or we're not meditating, or we're not quieting ourselves, right?
Yeah.
Anything to do with a spiritual behavior.
Yeah. It might be a physical toleration.
Mm-hmm.
We're not happy when we look in the mirror at our body structure.
Right. And when I think of physical, I also think about the physical ability to be able to do something.
Yeah. Functionally fit.
Functionally fit. That's another show.
Yes. Or it may be health related because maybe because of the choices we're making, we're getting sick more often. We're getting the cold and flu more often. Or more drastic problems are happening to our body.
Right.
Maybe it's mental. Maybe we're struggling with our internal dialogue with ourself.
Right. And we're tolerating waking up feeling sluggish and exhausted. And it's really just because of the way we're thinking and what we're putting up with our thoughts.
And we're tolerating somebody, ourselves, talking to ourselves in a way we probably never allow someone else to talk about ourselves.
To us.
To us.
Right.
You would never allow me to talk to you the way you sometimes talk to yourself.
You're right. Yeah.
So that's the mental tolerations. And then there may be financial. And around the financial, sometimes it's physical tolerations. Now, when I'm talking physical, I'm not talking our body. I'm talking our environment. And then...
Well, and when we are at the finances, it could be the amount of debt we're tolerating.
Yes.
Or we're tolerating buying certain things that we don't really, really need, or having things in our house that we're not maintaining, because that would still impact the finances, because eventually the deterioration on when we don't maintain something escalates.
Yep.
So now it's more costly than it ought to have been.
And then lastly, but not lastly, but it's just the last one we're saying, is relationally.
Right.
Sometimes our resolutions are, I'm going to connect, I'm going to call my parents once a week, or I'm going to connect with my sibling who, I've kind of lost contact with, or I'm going to repair a relationship that's broken.
Right. Or I'm simply going to have people in my life that benefit me and I benefit them.
Yeah.
Versus somebody that maybe I feel worse. Maybe I'm just tolerating how I leave people when I've been with them. Are they better off when I left them or worse off?
Right.
I could be tolerating that state of relationship.
Right. So when you're creating a resolution, whether it be in any of those areas, it's now how do I make it bite-sizable? Okay. If I'm tolerating, let's say, my environment in my bedroom, we call it a heavenly environment. We want our bedroom to be a heavenly environment.
I want my whole house to be a heavenly environment.
Yes, but especially our bedroom.
Yeah, okay.
Okay. And that includes the bathroom, because we have an ensuite bathroom. It includes our bed being made, our clothes being put away,
right?
The ironing board put away, all of that kind of stuff. And it includes a closet that's clean and organized, and we can find what we want when we want it.
Right.
Right?
Yep.
That sounds overwhelming. If you're living in a bit of a chaotic state we did for the first, how many years? Mm-hmm.
We won't admit. No,
Yeah.
we will. We will. Probably by the time we had kids, we had kind of gotten it under control, more or less. So certainly the first 4 years, because we had kids at 3.
Yeah.
And Candace, as a baby, couldn't tell us it was intolerable. So therefore, we tolerated a mess.
Yeah, our apartment was a disaster zone, right?
I know.
And there were times where we went out and bought clothing because we hadn't gotten any washed.
I know. Why are you admitting all this today, right now, here?
Well, because maybe somebody that's listening relates to where we're at right now.
Right.
And it seems overwhelming
Right.
to put their house back in order.
Yeah.
And what I'm suggesting is you make small changes. Like, for instance, we decided we make our bed every morning because something has gone right.
Yeah, we got a win before we even got out of the room.
Yes.
Yeah.
And also, it prevents us from crawling back into it.
That's another really
Because sometimes
good
if the
reason.
bed's not made, after we go do our exercise or our prayer, we may decide, ooh, I'm still tired. Maybe I'll crawl back in bed. But when the bed's made, there's something psychological about, oh, I don't want to unmake it again.
Right. And so there is the tolerations, when we allow them to exist, take us out of the game that we want to be playing.
Right.
Versus when we can handle even 1 or 2 little things that we might have been tolerating in the past. Because I used to tolerate not making the bed.
Mm-hmm.
It actually
too.
starts to shift a lot more things.
Right. And then, for instance, the closet. Maybe your closet is stuffed to the gills, and you know, the stuff that you put in there is wrinkled. You can't find what you want to wear. There's probably only 20% of it you're wearing 80% of the time anyways. And so is there an easy method? Well, first of all, maybe bring a friend over. Because
I did that.
Sometimes it's difficult to give away what you've purchased in the past, because it may be admitting that, hey, I never wore that. I bought it by mistake. Or it might be admitting that your body size has changed and that doesn't fit anymore.
And it doesn't look good.
Right? Now, if one of your resolutions is you're going to change your body type to a smaller size, then I would say keep the smaller size stuff. And as you do that and reduce your body size, get rid of, donate the bigger stuff, because you're never going back there.
Right.
Burn that bridge, right? Burn those ships.
No plan B, just a plan A.
So first thing you do is, if you've already reduced your size, is get rid of and donate everything that's too large.
Right.
Now, some people say, I really have a really hard time. I might wear that. I might wear that. I might wear that. So,
Identifying it, right?
yeah, identifying what you will wear and what you won't wear is tricky. So this thing takes a year, but is foolproof. Put a clothes peg or a safety pin in the arm or the shoulder of whatever, of every piece of clothing, all your pants, all your shirts, all your dresses, your skirts, everything.
Do you have dresses and skirts?
No, you do.
Okay, fair enough.
And then at the end of the year, because now you've gone through 4 seasons, if there's anything with a clothes peg or a safety pin still on it, then that needs to be removed from your closet and donated, because you didn't wear it. And what a simple way of
Eliminating one toleration.
over a
messy
year's
closet.
period,
Yep.
with really, how long does it take to buy a package of safety pins and put them on?
An hour.
An hour.
So what toleration are you putting up with that you're saying, I ain't doing that anymore. I am done. I've been thinking about this, and now you've just tweaked me that I'm going to handle this. What is it? And so we're so grateful to be your partners, because together we've got this.
Moving forward with the Decker team.